Every day, thousands of metal birds take to the skies, connecting continents and people's lives. But what happens when the delicate balance between man and machine is disrupted? When a steel bird falls from the sky and the answers remain beyond our reach? In this series, we will delve into these tragic events, analyzing the evidence, asking questions, and trying to understand what really happened in those fateful moments. Get ready for a journey into the heart of unexplained aviation disasters, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. On March 8, 2014, the world held its breath. Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, a Boeing 777 with 239 people on board, vanished from radar over the South China Sea. An international search effort of unprecedented scale began, covering thousands of square kilometers of ocean. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but MH370 seemed to have vanished into thin air. Conspiracy theories, speculation, and conjecture emerged, fueled by the lack of conclusive evidence. It was only years later that fragments of the wreckage were found, washed up on the remote shores of the Indian Ocean. Despite analysis of satellite data, black boxes, and aircraft debris, the exact causes of the disaster remain unknown. The families of the victims are still searching for answers, and MH370 stands as a grim reminder of the many secrets hidden beneath the blue abyss. On June 1, 2009, an Air France Airbus A330 flying from Rio de Janeiro to Paris disappeared from radar over the Atlantic Ocean. There were 228 people on board, and their fate remained unknown for many days. The wreckage of the plane was found on the ocean floor at a depth of almost 4 kilometers. The black boxes, recovered after 2 years, revealed the terrifying truth about the final moments of Air France Flight 447. A malfunction of the speed sensors, combined with a severe storm, led to erroneous readings and disorientation of the crew. In the chaos of the cockpit, the pilots lost control of the aircraft, which went into a tailspin and eventually crashed into the surface of the ocean. The Air France 447 disaster shook the aviation world, revealing how fragile the balance between man and machine can be. It's a tragic reminder that even the most advanced technology cannot predict and prevent all threats. On October 31, 1999, an Egyptair Boeing 767 flying from New York to Cairo crashed into the Atlantic Ocean off the coast of the United States. 217 people died in the crash, and the tragedy shook the world and sparked a wave of speculation. Initially, technical failure was suspected, but analysis of the black boxes revealed disturbing details. The cockpit voice recording suggested that the co-pilot deliberately pointed the plane down, while the captain struggled to regain control of the aircraft. Egyptian authorities dismissed theories of suicide, pointing to possible technical problems. However, American investigators stuck to their version, arguing that the evidence pointed to deliberate human action. The lack of conclusive evidence and discrepancies in the investigation reports leave room for speculation and conspiracy theories. Did the co-pilot actually commit suicide, taking more than 200 people to their deaths? Or is the truth much more complicated? On July 17, 1996, a TWA Boeing 747 flying from New York to Rome exploded in the air just minutes after takeoff. 230 people died in the disaster, and the wreckage of the plane was scattered over an area of several square kilometers of the Atlantic Ocean. The tragedy shook the United States and sparked a wave of speculation about the causes of the crash. The investigation, conducted by the FBI and the National Transportation Safety Board, became one of the most expensive and complex in history. Initial hypotheses included a terrorist attack, a missile strike, or a technical malfunction. However, after years of painstaking research and analysis, the National Transportation Safety Board concluded that the cause of the crash was an explosion of flammable fuel vapors in the aircraft's central fuel tank. The spark that caused the ignition probably came from faulty wiring. Was TWA 800 the victim of a tragic accident, or did it become the target of an attack that remains shrouded in mystery to this day? On March 16, 1962, a Lockheed L-1049 Super Constellation belonging to Flying Tiger Line disappeared over the Pacific Ocean during a flight from California to Vietnam. There were 93 passengers on board, including American soldiers heading to the war in Vietnam and 11 crew members. The plane took off from Travis Air Force Base in California and headed out over the Pacific after a stopover in Guam. The last radio contact with the aircraft was made about an hour after takeoff from Guam. Then, silence. An extensive search was launched involving ships and aircraft of the US Navy. Thousands of square kilometers of ocean were searched, but to no avail. After a week, the search was called off, and the fate of Flying Tiger Line Flight 739 remained unknown. The lack of wreckage and black boxes made it impossible to determine the cause of the crash. There was speculation about sabotage, hijacking, and even being shot down by foreign forces, but none of these theories have been confirmed. The disappearance of Flying Tiger Line Flight 739 is one of the biggest mysteries in aviation history. On August 12, 1985, a Japan Airlines Boeing 747 flying from Tokyo to Osaka crashed in the Osutaka Mountains, about 100 kilometers from Tokyo. 520 people died in the crash, and only 4 survived. It was the deadliest single aircraft crash in history. The investigation revealed that the cause of the crash was a failure of the rear pressure bulkhead, which occurred 7 years earlier during an improperly performed repair. The bulkhead failure led to decompression, damage to the vertical stabilizer, and loss of control of the aircraft. The JL-123 crash shocked Japan and sparked a wave of criticism of Japan Airlines and the aircraft manufacturer Boeing. Negligence in safety and quality control procedures was revealed, as well as a lack of adequate response to previous incidents. This is a tragic reminder that aviation safety is a continuous process that requires constant attention and commitment from all parties. Each of these disasters is a scar on the history of aviation, a testament to the fragility of human life and the imperfection of technology. Although years, even decades have passed, the echoes of these tragedies still resonate in our hearts, reminding us of how many questions remain unanswered. Whether it's human error, technical failure, or perhaps a higher power, the causes of these disasters are often shrouded in mystery, leaving behind more questions than answers. While we cannot turn back time and prevent these tragedies, we can learn from them and do everything in our power to make the future of aviation safer and free from such terrible events. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up so you don't miss any future content. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.